I'm not super crazy about this variety of dahlia. Once they're open, they actually look quite nice. They're very red and yellow. But they do go well with the sunflowers. They look really good. And there's a white one, which I don't know if I like it or not yet. It sort of looks like a, what do you call them? Peony. So if they're mixed in with the pinks and the really pale mauves, they look quite nice. There's a few more. I'm not a big flower farm. It's actually a mini micro flower farm, I guess you call it. That's a nice one. I like this. I think it's not sure what they're called. Anyway, I'm not into the names. I just love growing flowers and cutting them and then making up little arrangements for myself or for neighbours. At this point, because the insurance is quite expensive and I can't sell enough to cover the insurance, so I figure, what's the point? So I just give them away. Anyway, there's some nice, really pretty ones here. This one is probably one of my favourites, and it flowers like mad. So I think tomorrow, when we visit my sister-in-law, I'll have enough flowers to make her up a nice little arrangement. And this bare patch down the middle is where I have all my ranunculus, and I lifted out half of them last year and left the other half because I couldn't find them. And the ones that got left in the ground did 100 times better than the ones I pulled out. So this last season I left them all in the ground. And fingers crossed, I get some nice flowers. So these are my few carrots that came up, and my beans, and a few roses. This is actually the rose garden with a couple of annuals in there, I guess. Anyway, the roses are doing quite well. We've had a fair amount of hot weather, I guess, so I haven't had a lot of roses, and when I did have roses, they got cooked in the sun, so I chopped them all off. Anyway, these are yellow beans, butter beans, which for some reason I seem to enjoy, so I put quite a few in. And the green bush beans, a lot of them were climbing mixed with not climbing, so I pulled all the climbing ones out because it's pointless having them here. And I think that's lettuce, which I really love. I've got about 4 or 5 colours. It looks really good in the flowers. Lettuce is growing. I've never grown lettuce like these before. Cat's paws. I'm going to have to do something about it. There's a rose. I can probably use that one in an arrangement. Actually, there's 2, so I might be able to use those ones tomorrow. There's more lettuces here and there, and beans. Boring. But anyway, that's my garden. And these 2 are a really nice rose and have lovely perfume, so I will cut them tomorrow morning and use them in the arrangement. And beetroots. I put a whole packet of seeds in here, and I canned half of them, and the rest of them we're just using as I decide I want to eat them. I'd like to just to roast them, or just to boil them and eat them boiled. They're nice, sort of like very sweet carrots. So irises, they're all yellow, pale yellow. I decided to put them all out here, and I'll give them a go and see how they look in arrangements when they flower. It's my tomatoes, which I'm getting quite a few of. It's just enough For my husband, who loves to eat tomatoes, and I put the owls on here to deter the birds. I don't know if they work, but we'll give it a go. There's my doggies. They're having a bit of a rest in the morning sun. It's pretty early at the moment. I think it's 7:30. So they're enjoying the cool weather. I think today's supposed to get quite warm. Now, I can't see a thing. I'm just hoping the garden shows up. So this is my boomerang garden. It's looking pretty good at the moment. There's not too many weeds because I've been throwing grass everywhere. Cardboard boxes, and then I put the grass on top. And the lemon tree is doing well. I just covered this area because it had gazania daisies in it. Big patch which was being overrun by grass. So I just covered the whole lot. No problem now. And that's my orange tree, and you're probably wondering why it's in a pot. It's actually an upside down planter, so there's no bottom in it. And I just filled them with soil and put the tree in it, and they seem to do a lot better. So it got smashed by the wind a couple months ago for 2 weeks solid, and it's coming back. So I've got the shade cloth there to help it a bit. My Golden Delicious. There are plenty of small apples on it, so there's quite a few. Some are a bit damaged. Here's another one which did quite well this year. The apples aren't very big. I think this is a very old English variety. Here's another one. It's covered in apples, so I think between the 3 trees I'll be able to do something with them. And this one is the Red Love apple, which is red inside. And it's funny because this tree's done very well, and another tree I've got, not one apple on it. And this is my mulberry, which was on death's door, and I've stuck it in one of those baseless planters, and it is happy as Larry. So I'm very happy that it's finally, after about 5 years or more, 7 years actually, doing something. And this is the other Red Love apple, and I think it might have had 2 apples on it, so it's a bit weird how they behave. It's the same tree, same conditions, same land, 2 apples. And these are my josta berries that weren't doing real well. They were sort of very bare, so I cut the tips off the bush, and they're starting to produce some new growth. That's my row of josta berries, and this is a Naji apple that I moved because it was being drowned last winter where it was, out there in amongst those trees, especially on the side where the leach field is. You can see where the grass is really green. That side gets a lot of water, so it wasn't doing well. So I put it in here, and it's recovering like everything else in my garden. Always recovering. So this is the other apricot tree I've got. It's doing pretty good. I hope you can see it, because all I can see in the screen is my face. I can't see what I'm filming right now. So this is my other thornless blackberry, and it's gone a bit nuts. So I put a bit of protection on the back of it so that when the neighbour sprays the weeds, it doesn't affect my blackberry. These are the other thornless blackberries that have finally decided to grow this year, and maybe next year I'll get some fruit off them. And the rhubarb is doing pretty well, as it usually does. That's my pile of cow manure, but I think I'll be going and getting some more because I want a lot more. And last time we went, there were only a few left on the pallet, so we grabbed those, but I'm going to be needing quite a bit more when I redo these beds in this veggie garden. These are my raspberries. I'm going to have to do something at the front to keep them back that I moved, and they're doing really well, so they're happy here. And I've been busy clearing out the beds, so I piled up some of the rubbish on top of this bed, and hubby will at some point run it through the mulcher just to get rid of it, and I think I'll chuck it on the compost heap. So I bought another type of raspberry, and it's settled in quite well, so we should get something decent off it at some point. And this bed, you probably can't see it, but all those little flecks are cos lettuce seeds that I let the plant go to seed, and then I just scattered them all over the place. So fingers crossed we'll get some lettuce. And I scattered a few more in this bed because the beans that I put in here didn't do well. Two of them came up out of about 50 seeds. So we'll see if the lettuce comes up. And this one, I scattered onion seeds everywhere. So I'm hoping that they come up. I'm going to have to do a big water out here this morning. Okay, here we have another pile of rubbish that I madly pulled out last night. Now I've done it. I've lost track of when I'm pausing and when I'm not pausing. Anyway, I pulled the all the rubbishy self-seeded or gone to seed plants, this big pile here, out of here, out of this bed, and out of here, and out of that bed. And there are thousands of seeds scattered around everywhere, so I think it will come back and start to grow when the weather cools off. So I've got a pumpkin plant creeping up very slowly. It's not going to get very tall because it has these little, where is it? There, orangey pumpkins. So the vine won't get very big. And here I've got more pumpkins. There's the blue one, blue jack or what they call it, and what are the other ones? I can't think. Anyway, there's two different types of pumpkins in there, and I'm hoping that they take off soon because otherwise I won't be getting any pumpkins. So this is the messy carrot bed. There's still a few decent ones that I can pull out. The flowers all gone to seed. Good morning. It's my neighbour. So I shall clean out this bed and take these seed heads and scatter them everywhere. And fingers crossed. Not pumpkins, carrots. And these are onion seeds. So you can see them there, I think. I can't tell. Anyway, I'm going to be scattering them about when they're ready. So this is where I grow my collards. I don't know, there's one there, and there's another one there that's self-seeded. So you don't need many, and it gives me lots of greens. These are leeks, and that's what they look like when they go to seed. And I think I'll have to come out here and clear out the bed. And I might even attempt to dehydrate some of this. There's some of the stuff that's worth keeping. Clear it out and scatter some seeds about, but I won't do it until the seeds are ready because they're almost ready. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there we go. So that's Krista's messy veggie garden, and I hope I didn't muck up the video too much because I was pausing it and thought it was on, and then I was unpausing it and thought it was off. So we'll see how bad the video is. But after half an hour of spending time on the camera, I'm not getting rid of it. So you're going to have to just put up with the crappy bits because I don't do editing. Okay, I wish you all a lovely Saturday and I'll talk to you later. Bye.